we should be having our question and answer section. And I know most of our audience has a lot of questions to ask, a lot, starting from the first speaker, the second speaker, the third speaker, the fourth speaker, even up to the last speaker, which is Mr. Abdel Latif. So I don't know if they are going to be dropping their questions one after the other, or if we can just gather them, we answer them on the group chat. Okay, before we give a closing remark, I would love just add or say one or two things relating to what they've all said. So, talking about UTME, UTME is one of the exams that comes once in a year, not like that of the WAEC, where we have the WAEC GC, the NECO GC, and every other thing. So, which we all know that the exam only comes once in a year. So, once the exam comes, it only lasts for just 2 hours, whereby you have just 180 question in total, one 60-hour English, then other remaining 3 subjects are just 40-40. So which just lasts for 2 hours. Then after 2 hours, that is the end of that exam. So I want to use this opportunity to really appreciate all speakers and every one of us who really took their time to join this program. All right, let me quickly take my questions before we have other people drop their question. So we don't know if we can just answer them now. Okay, talking about Mr. AK Boy, we were talking about the UTME and everything like that, something relating to that. We don't know, we have some students, probably, let's say for the science students, we have some students doing mathematics, physics, chemistry, and English. And we all know that physics has its own formula, mathematics has its own complicated issues, these formulas and every lot of things. So how would students be able to match the formulas and how to solve with a short period of time? So we don't know, maybe you can help us answer that question, Mr. Ikeboy. Mr. Sulaiman Abdulhakim. Okay.
Yeah, good afternoon. Solving questions like that, I would say you should solve questions that you are best in first. Like, for example, if you are,
Please, can you help us speak louder, please?
I said you should solve questions or subject that you are best in. If you are best in mathematics, solve mathematics first. If you are best in physics, solve physics first. If you are best in chemistry, solve chemistry first. So that will give you an edge of, okay, I know chemistry very well, or I know mathematics very well. Within a short period of time, you can be able to solve physics. Then the next one that that, okay, after mathematics, I know physics much more than chemistry. Do physics next. Then do the most difficult one last. That will give you an edge of, okay, that will give you an edge of how to manage your time during the course of solving. I hope I'm clear enough.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. So Mr. Abdulhakim has given us the tips that we should know our weakness. So just go back, check yourself. Do you have more strength in mathematics, or if you have more strength in mathematics, physics? So you have to do the one that you have strength more. Then you come back to your weakness. Thank you so much, sir. So moving on to Miss Brown. Miss, I hope you'll be able to help us answer this question. I want you to help us answer this question. You said some things relating to careers. I want to ask this question in two forms. Do career come with a source of income, and can we assume that teaching, like a teacher, is it a career?
All right, thank you. Like I said, career isn't a job. And then a career is like the summary of your work journey, right? So definitely, whatever whatever career path you have chosen must be bringing in income. Why? Because on that path, you're solving a problem. And when you are solving a problem, you're providing value. And when you're providing value, the next thing that comes with it is money. That's why I advise that you work in your genius zone. Because even if the problem you are solving does not seem lucrative to everybody else, because that's your genius zone, you can always come up with lucrative ideas. Like I mentioned about Adedeji Lasisi, she weaves waste. Weaving doesn't seem like something that is very profitable. It's not something loud. If I tell you that people make money off weaving, it will seem strange. But she doesn't just make money from weaving, she has gotten international recognitions, awards, and the rest from it, right? So it's not something that you give your time and energy to and then you be broke. No, remember in my slide I said a career can be both profitable and fulfilling. It all depends on how you position yourself. Is teaching a career? Yes, it is. It is. Now, like I said, it's a journey. It's not whatever job you are doing along that journey is just like if you are traveling from um, if you are traveling around the west to the south, you will pass different states. You must definitely get to Ore. Then from Ore, you enter Benin. So those jobs are just like those bus stops at every point in your journey. So along your journey, you move from being a classroom teacher to probably a principal, from a principal to an edtech consultant, from an edtech consultant to an edtech entrepreneur. Those are just stops along your entire career journey, right? So, yes, just like Tunde Onokoya, he started off as a chess player, he became a chess trainer, and now he has an innovation hub. He has a foundation to his name, right? So when he started off, he wasn't collecting money from the children he was teaching how to play chess, if you remember. But he was solving the problem of um, education inequity. So there were children living in slums that were not going to school. What did he decide to do? He decided to use chess as a medium to present education to them and then started a foundation that draws in funds to take care of those children. And now he recently did an advert for MTN and it's not going to be for free, right? He's traveling abroad, he went to Harvard to deliver a speech. Those things don't come empty handed, right? And then the more he's traveling, the more exposure he's getting, the more people he's meeting. He studied computer science. We don't know what he's doing with that as well. So your career can be both profitable and fulfilling. And like I said, where you start from is not always the end point. So if you are starting off as a teacher, it doesn't mean that in the next 10, 20, 30 years, you are going to remain a teacher. As a teacher, what is your goal? What are you looking to achieve? As a teacher, are you picking up skills? Are you trying to raise funds for something bigger? Is it an opportunity to access further opportunities? So as a student, I'm in the university, I can be looking towards gaining. There are grants opportunities, there are scholarship opportunities, exchange programs that are only available if you are a university student. So, by virtue of being a university student, I know that okay, we shout that the educational system in Nigeria is bad, blah 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 blah. Nobody is coming to save you. So, as a student in the Nigerian educational system, what are you doing with that opportunity? Are you looking to finish up your undergraduate studies and then go abroad for masters? Are you looking to join international fellowships that are available to undergraduates and then grow your exposure from there? And then from there, take up your professional journey. What exactly? That's why you must, like Mr. Abdulaziz said, you must be purposeful. You must have a focus. You can't be roaming around like everybody else. Johnny Bidi will say, your fight is different. You are in a third world country. You cannot afford to be doing vibes and inshallah. Anyhow, let's see how it goes by God's grace. Bible says Bible says that God will bless the works of your hands, and I'm sure that in the Quran there are other passages like that that talks about how you have to be diligent. God has to see you doing something to be able to bless it. He does not bless laziness and empty-handedness. So you have to be working. We have to come to the point where being a Nigerian is not, it's not a curse. It's hard, but it does not have to be the reason why you will not succeed. Mr. Abdulaziz hammered on the fact that we have God-given potentials. So as a Nigerian student, there's a lot that you can do. Take your time, sit down, ask yourself questions, take those personality tests. Ask yourself, what do I really want to do? It's fine to come online and become a content creator and dance and collect money from Facebook, Instagram. I don't believe in that kind of life. And then you die and then you have gone. I don't believe, I believe that when you die, people should remember your name for years. People have done it. I never saw Mandela, but there's no way you talk about leadership and not mention Mandela. There's no way you talk about humanity and charity and not mention Mother Teresa. Right? So that for me, that's the kind of life I envision. When even when I'm gone, I still live in the minds of people. I have created an impact in my field that when they start teaching other people, you just have to mention my name, right? So even as a teacher, as a student, what are your focus? What is your goal? What are you driving at? So that at every point in your journey, you know that if I stop at this junction, I will take keke from here to here. Then from this junction, I will take bike to my destination. That's what I do. So I'm a teacher now. What are the steps I need to take going forward to meeting this goal that I have? So that's just it. You can build a career as a teacher, but you have to have your goal. What's your focus? What problem are you solving? And then you tweak whatever position you are in, right, to suit that problem. Even if they give you a wrong course, because your goal is not tied to a particular course, your goal is a problem you want to solve. Even in that department, you're already thinking that I'm in this school environment. How can I maximize my presence in this school environment, in this current department, to see that I'm able to solve that problem? That thinking will bet collaboration with the people that are in the department that probably do not know what they have and the opportunity they are exposed to. So if we come with a problem-solving mindset, there is nothing that we cannot do. There's no situation we cannot maximize. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Ma. Thank you very much, Ma. All right, quickly, Aziz Isa. I want him to help us to do two things. I just want him to help us conclude on something, and he can also help us give the closing remark. Mr. Abdulaziz Isa, what would be your own suggestion on, people do say that if you are preparing for an exam, most especially the UTME coming soon, the students should not be sleeping for 8 hours again. Like they should take the time, like the time they should sleep should be less, and the time they should read should be more than the time they sleeps. So what's your own take on that? And within 5 minutes, give us the closing remarks.
All right. Thank you so much. Mr. Abdulaziz Adedeji has said it before that knowing yourself. So if you know yourself that you read during the day and you understand better, do most of your readings during the day. If you read at night and you do it better, maybe the work you even do or some other, because beyond what is easy for you, there are different situations. We know during the day, that is when you read better, but your family condition does not allow you to read during the day. You get the point. Maybe you are the one even fending for the family, and the work you are doing is not the kind of work you can be reading beside one side when you are working. So that kind of situation, you have to be flexible. Just know your situation, be realistic. Even if you don't find reading at night easy, when you are in a situation that during the day you have to fend for the family and you still have to go to university to have a good score, meaning you, Mr. Abdulaziz say, when there is why, there is will. When there is will, there is way. You see that why, eh? Waiting why go cause for this world. What why will cause? So it is the why, basically. The why it will not allow you to sleep. It will not allow you to sleep. Stand up. You need to make 350. Yes, I need 260. But 350 you have to make, because this is what you want to write your name in the Hall of Fame. So you see, so the why, basically, you get the point. So know yourself, know your reality, be realistic about it. If you know, actually, there's nobody who can read and be successful. But if your reality cannot read and make 300 again, if your reality cannot read and make 300 again, find a lower version of a course that goes along with your vision. It's just coming back to why and realistic. Have your why, strong why, and be realistic about it. So I think that would be a wrap up. Thank you so much. They are going to learn a lot from the resources. In fact, they cannot consume those resources. If you start consuming it now, you can't finish it in 12 hours. And those resources will be leading to another. In fact, anyone who takes that resources, open it, oh my God, is going to see the place of Mr. Adedeji to inside. So they are going to be blessed. Absolutely. And I encourage them to get the Set to Score book. The Set to Score book. I really wish I can sponsor anybody. I've been going through the chat to see who has been following since and is still here. I would have said I should just sponsor 2 or 3 persons, but I'm sorry, I couldn't get any. I've gone through this place and the YouTube. Please, I encourage you all to get the Set to Score. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you so very much, sir. We really appreciate all you do, sir. Yeah, back to Mr. Abdulatif Adedeji. I want you to help me do 2 things. I want you to help me answer this question, because somebody sent the question to me directly, because I don't know if the person is shy to ask the question. The person said that if I'm unable to score, like probably my intention is to study medicine and surgery, and from what you've said, that we should have nothing less than 300 or 280 above 290, like that. If I'm unable to do that particular score, if I'm unable to do that particular course, like what other plans or I should just go to school with any course I'm given. And once you are done with that, appreciate all speakers and help us give a closing prayer.
Okay, so actually, this question, there's no really like one side answer, like one way answer to it. It all comes down to you. But then as you have said, you have 2 options. Either you go for the course that you have been given, or you wait for 1 more year and then you try again. So what I can just say is that what should drive those decisions? What should drive that decision? What's going to determine whether you wait or not? It's check yourself, check your why. This medicine and surgery that you want to achieve in the first place, why do you want to achieve? Why do you want to study it? So, for example, now you want to study medicine and surgery, but for some reason you not score up to the score. So let's say you go ahead to process admission, maybe you score 270. So number one is that check universities. So the fact that one university's cutoff mark is 280 and above does not mean that all universities 280 and above. You might have some universities that can actually take medicine and surgery for that particular score that you have. So make sure you do more research. Don't just give up. So let's say you have now processed your post-UTME, but you're not giving admission, you are giving admission to another course. First thing is check, is that course even closer to medicine and surgery at all? So there's some I'm not really sure, but I know there are some people that will be giving up let's say physiology, anatomy, courses that are also in some way close to medicine and surgery. And then when you're giving a course like that, there for some schools, I don't know if it's for all school, there's also that option of converting, maybe in 100 level, after 100 level, if you meet some particular standard, you can be able to like convert to that medicine and surgery for some school. Okay, so someone tell me it's not possible. So so that's it. So it's a matter of checking your options. So for example, now let's say this is your first jump now, you have tried it and feel like I don't want to do anything other than becoming a doctor. We have already checked your career path, you have checked all your options. I feel like I can only do medicine and surgery. Then I'm going to advise, try again. And there are some people who will actually enter the university and then the next year they will write another jam, and then if you now get admission, they will now go for medicine and surgery. That's also an option. But excuse me. But based on where we are currently, and the school fee and every other thing, I know that's going to be a very expensive route. Okay, so it's just a matter of check the finance. Also check time too. How old are you? That's very important too. How old are you? What is age on your side? Do you really have age on your side? I remember when I did my second job in 2020. At that time, I know that I don't really have much of age on my side. So when I was planning for my admission, this time around, cost is not the problem. It is the university. I don't have much of this particular university is what I want to go. I know a lot of students have that too. Is UI or nothing? Is Unilearning or nothing? Is Unilag or nothing? For me, based on the time I have, based on my age, I don't really have much of that options already. I don't have much of uh option in that particular area. So you also need to check that for you. Which of this is going to be the best course of action? So this is not just something you just decide on a whim. Check with your sponsors, to your mom and dad. Let them know this is what I think is best for me. What do they think? So if you not decided that okay, you want to wait behind at home and prepare for another jam where you're going to score higher, then I'm going to strongly advise make sure you use those times that you're going to be at home for something very, very important, for something valuable. And it's not just you read every day. Can use those time to acquire skills. Can even use that time to maybe volunteer in an hospital if possible. Okay, volunteer in an hospital and just work with them and just see how they say. Use that to also get into the environment. Okay, use it to do something that is going to be related to that thing that you want to study. Okay, but then there is no right or wrong. Everything is just about you. For some people, they only want to study. The reason why they want to study medicine and surgery for is because their daddy or their mommy say, no, 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 must by must, you must study medicine and surgery. Or maybe the course you're later giving is something that you can later adapt to. You can still like develop some kind of passion for or develop love for. You can still go ahead with it. But we check this and you feel like okay, so this is this also is also based on your own personal circumstances. Okay, so if the person now, if you have my number, you can maybe I know it has not happened. It's just what's it called? Just speculation. It's just probability. Just possibility. Okay, so when it happens, I'm very sure you will know based on your option, based on your resources, based on what you have, you'll be able to know the best course of action. And then if you are still connected, you can send me a message and we'll check. Because it's very hard to just give solution for someone to just give solution to a problem that you don't even know. You don't even know the person is having the problem. So if we are still probably connected by then, which I think we should, we can now talk about it and now check your options based on what is currently available to you. Okay, so I want to use this opportunity to thank everybody, to thank our speakers. Thank you. This is 3.5 hours already. Man, thank you so much for staying true to this. And thank you so much for everything you have shared with us. Thank you so much for sharing selflessly from your years of experience. Really appreciate. We don't take it for granted. For all these things that have been here so far, I know this is very long. Maybe this actually be the longest session you have ever been part of before. Okay, so thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. We don't take it for granted. So Amir Breva, engaging moderator. Thank you so much, Majid, for doing this. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, and we can't wait to see you all at the top. And just to remind you, what's it called? Set to score is available to you. The graphics itself, the slide is going to be sent to the WhatsApp group, so you get access to it there. Okay, so if you are ready to get access to it, you still have time from now to the end of tomorrow to take advantage of the discounts. Thank you so much, and I wish everybody a fantastic year ahead.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Abdulatif. Okay, if anybody still have any question, you can easily drop it on the WhatsApp group. So all question is going to be answered. Thank you very much. Okay, let me just, since we have a opening prayer, definitely we should have a closing prayer. I don't know if Mr. Abdulhakim Sulaiman can help us with the closing prayer so we can call it a day. Mr. Abdulhakim Sulaiman, are you still there? I'm not sure he's there. So, okay, let me quickly go to our father, Mr. Abdulaziz Issa. Please, can you just give us a closing prayer so we can call it a day for today, sir?
Our Father, our boy, our boy. All right. All praise and adoration be to Allah, the Lord of the world, the beneficent, the merciful, the King of the day of judgment. Guide us to the right path, the path of those whom you have shown your favor, and not the path of those who earn your anger and go astray. Amen.